Hey, good morning. Good morning. It is Tuesday, 3:53 a.m. On my way to the gym right now. I was holding Sanaya last night, and I probably played with her more last night than I had it any other time. She's getting older. She's getting bigger, but she loves me, right? She genuinely loves me. And she doesn't understand fear. I know that because I throw her in the air and she comes back down and she's smiling. She doesn't understand the problems of the world. So I was holding her last night and I started talking to her. And I said, Sanaya, I said, how can I leave the problems that I've had to endure and overcome and the situations of this world, how can I leave them to you for you to try to figure out? How can I be so neglectful, so irresponsible to not pick up the battle where my grandmother left off at and fight the battle going forward so that you don't have to repeat what it is that I'm either going through, been through, gonna go through? How could I quit? How could I give up? How could I act like what I'm going through, been through, gonna go through is something that you should have to deal with? Now, I get it. Everybody has to learn their lessons. Everybody has to learn on their own time. But there's things that don't have to be learned. There's things that does not have to be carried on. How could I leave that for you? How could I say I love you, but yet not want to fight every single day to make sure that I'm providing everything for you? And I'm not talking about monetary value. Listen, I've made money. I've made money. I've made real money. And at the end of the day, it didn't mean shit. There are skills, there's tools that I'm missing. And I'm not blaming anybody. I believe that my parents did the best they can with what they had. My mother was adopted out. Her mother disowned her. Her mother passed her on, so she did the same thing to me. My father, his father wasn't that communication, that big of a hugger, lover. He passed it on. He passed on what he knew. I've been able to let go and accept the fact that sometimes we do the best with what we can. But at some point in time, that has to break. And we have to start learning some new habits. So how can I look at my daughter and how can I say I love you, but I'm not willing to fight to show you a better way than what I was taught, than what my father was taught, and what his father was taught? Here's the thing. If your kids, your children, were to get sick, the whole world in itself would come to a complete stop, and there was nothing you would not do to render service or aid to make sure that they are fine. And God forbid, it's life-threatening. But yet, while they're healthy, they're smiling and they're laughing and they're loving life and they're loving you. How dare you let money be the situation that turns everything upside down, when in the end, it's never going to be about the money. Never. Never. I have lost focus. I've lost concentration. I've lost my way. I've lost my purpose. I will not lose my family, and I will not lose sight on what it is that I want to do. Life is not about money. And at some point in time, we all have to come to the conclusion about what it is about to us individually.